Okay, we are live.
Hi.
We are live. Welcome, everyone. And people will slowly come on board as we, let me just double check here. Let me just double check here. All right, we are live. Well, I am very excited today to share with you and to spend time chatting with Ivonne. And,
You'll need to unlock your iPad first.
excuse me, Siri, you're interrupting. So it was about 2 years ago, and I had qualified for the World Championship in Kona. And while I was training there, I was staying at a friend's house, and we drove down this road, and I looked to the side and I saw tea, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's a tea cafe over there." I I can't believe it. There's a tea cafe. There's a tea cafe in Kona. So we actually made a U-turn. We turned around, and then that's when we came into your shop. So I met Ivonne. She's the owner of Tea-Licious Cafe. She's a certified barista and tea sommelier. Her cafe is listed as the 12 exceptional tea houses you need to experience. Very interesting. She grew up in the former East Germany. And when the wall came down, she moved to London when she was 20. And that's where her love for tea started. And she also loves to surf, which is pretty cool. So I just want to welcome you, Ivonne. Thank you so much. And
Thank
we're
you.
doing this series a little later now because she was working in her cafe today. So all right. Well, welcome and thank you so much. You're sitting in your beautiful cafe right now. I can see all your tea in the background.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, great.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, you know what? So what was it like to live in the former East Germany?
Well, thing is, if you don't know better, like everything is fine. We had a house, we went on vacation, we parents had jobs, everything. If you don't know better, it's okay. Yeah. So I was 11 when the wall broke down, so I had some, memories how it used to be, and then the whole change came, and that's why I also had to move away pretty fast because the economy kind of crashed in former East. So with 15, I moved out and I moved to Hamburg and I did like hotel management school. And yeah, I went from there. And once I was 20, I moved out. Yeah, went to London and that was it.
And then where did you stay? Where were you in London when you were?
I worked at the Hyde Park Intercontinental Hotel reception.
Mhm.
And I was there for a year and I met a bunch of I stayed in a hostel. I lived in a hostel for like 6 months and I met a bunch of travelers who just came back from Africa and I was like, oh, I want to go to Africa. So then I just, yeah, next stop, Africa, 6 months. And then I just kept coming back, trying to save money and trying to save money to go traveling again. And in one of these travels, I met my husband, Joe, in Australia. And yeah, and he was from Colorado and went over there. And then we remembered we really like more surfing than we do snowboarding. And we ended up here. So yeah.
So, and how did you learn how to surf?
In South Africa, Jeffreys Bay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, Kona is a great place to go surfing. I love Kona. Kona is one of my favorite places, and
Yeah,
I qualified again for the World Championship in October,
perfect.
so I'll definitely see
See
you
you there.
again. But
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen if they're going to have it or not. They canceled a lot of the Ironman races, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to evolve in the next couple of months. But anyway, it was such a surprise to see a tea shop in Kona and then to go in there, and it's just your atmosphere is so cozy and so inviting. Your food is delicious, and for some reason my screen is like really small, and I can't get to my other screen where I can show all your photos. But I'll just kind of work on that. But so what made you decide to start your business?
So I think since I was 15, I always worked in like restaurants, food and beverage, hotel, like all of the above. And you always have this thing in mind, when you work in the industry, it's like, oh, one day I want to open a restaurant or a bar. I think everyone who works in the industry has a kind of dream that one day they want to be their own, like their own place. And for me, it was always like, I always had it in the back of my head, like a little coffee shop, antique, old, everything is different, like, there's one cafe in Hamburg. I walked in there and it's like, that's it. Like they just have like 3 cakes, the same cake coming out all the time, fresh, like so minimal product, but it's really fresh. And then everything is different. Every table is different. Every chair is different. Every plate is different. And I was like, that's it, exactly. So, and then it was just a matter of fact, like I always had it in the back of my mind, but we need to be settled. And because we traveled so much, and then my son was really young and it was just never the right time for it. So when my son was like 8 and I started doing like private tea parties with a friend of mine, and she moved away. And then I had another friend who was happy to help me out. And she's like, okay, come on, let's do it. I'll help you find a place. And it's like, okay, there's no more excuses. I got a friend with me. She's like, come on, let's do this. And yeah, and then we looked around. It took me a year to find a place, like probably the same Honolulu, finding a place to rent, like that you can afford. It's like, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, there was a previous cafe in here and they were happy to sell it. And I just jumped right on it and it was it.
Perfect. It's cute because you're in this little, you also have a couple of other businesses surrounding you. So you all kind of complement each other.
Yeah. And
There's
that's why I
a
always
couple
wanted.
boutiques.
Yeah, I always looked into, like when I wrote up my business plan and stuff, I was always like, it's not for tourists, it's for locals, right? Because what tourist gets off a boat and wants to drink tea? It's just not, it's not it. So I was like more for locals, and definitely I love to have a hair salon next to me. I was thinking that's a good combination. And then actually I realized that boutique, like a boutique is really great next door too. We have a yoga studio. So it's like, it's all women-owned businesses, which is really funny. There's 5 ladies owners in here. So yeah, and we all like, it's a really nice atmosphere, like in the plaza, everyone really gets along and we all love each other. So it's really cool.
Well, Kona is, yeah, it's a very amazing, it's a very spiritual place. I find it to be, it's so quaint. And
yeah, no, I learned that too. When I opened up, like everyone wanted to help me. I didn't even know those people, and they're like, "Oh, I want to support you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna tell my friends." And the same with Corona. Everyone is like, "I want to help you." That you can tell people really trying to help. Like so, it's really sweet. I love Kona for that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna show some pictures and of your that one sandwich. So my notes are on the other side of
the apple brie sandwich, probably.
This one, yes, with the figs. I think I ordered that one. This we have to give credit to. It's not our photograph. It was a journalist that had actually written an article for Ivonne, and her name is, what is her name? Her name is Karen Rose. So we definitely want to give credit to Karen Rose for the photographs there. So looks so yummy.
Yeah, it's definitely the best seller. I think 50% of the sandwiches, it's the apple brie sandwich.
And what's in it?
So it's basically mayo fig jam combination. So a little fig, just a little hint of sweetness. And then brie, apple, spinach, and that's it. And then fresh baked baguette.
Sounds so lovely. But you do serve afternoon tea too as well, don't you?
I do. It's kind of like, it's funny. At the beginning, I used to do it any time of day, like any amount of people. And then we got so busy that I can only do it 2 or 3 days a week, the slowest days, and only after 1 o'clock, like, so then I got really limited because I only have 5 tables. And so it's really small. So, yeah, and especially having a tea party and I have to reserve that table, that got really hard to do. But now let's see. I don't know how it goes from here. You know, it looks like we're gonna have more afternoon tea again because I don't know how it's gonna happen once we open back up for full business. I don't know how busy it's gonna be, so we might have to do afternoon tea again from, you know, like anytime.
Right, right. But you did, now this is a promotion you have going on right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like for Mother's Day, but we still have it going on. It's $20 gift card and plus, and you get a free Tea-Licious bag, like a tote bag with it.
Yeah, that's a really cool bag. I like that bag. So, are you doing takeout and to-go orders?
Yeah, yeah. So, and I kept it open from like, yeah, the whole time through. I tried to close Saturdays, but because Saturdays was the quietest and it's more like personal reason. My son is home alone, you know, he's homeschooled right now. My husband is working, he's home like, you know, 6 days a week by himself. So, and it was like this quietest day of the week. And I didn't have enough money to pay 2 people to be here. So I'm like, you know what? It's time that mom just takes a day off and hangs out with her son. That lasted 2 days, like 2 Saturdays, and now we're back in regular hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like only to go, but it's been good. Like it's been good enough. Let's say like that.
Yeah. Well, you do your own baking too.
Yeah,
So
I get. I mean, some of them is partial baked. So, for example, I get my croissants. They're like from France. They imported a local company. So, and we bake them up. So they're like made in France, but we bake them up here fresh in the morning. Come fresh out of the oven. But like the cakes I make special, the daily special, the Portuguese custard tarts, like that's why I do myself. So it's kind of like a little combination.
And what cake is this?
Baumkuchen. It's like a German tree cake. It's like this layered tree cake. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, but it's just got like thin layers and a little marzipan, almond paste in the middle, and then chocolate and pistachios on top.
That looks yummy. And then this is another one. What is this dish?
Yeah, that's a Portuguese custard tart. That's definitely one of our best sellers too. You know, like we have it every day, like that pastry.
And this is a picture of us when I was in Kona and I first met you. So you've got quite a selection. You said now like over 30 teas in your, so do you sell them as well?
Yep.
And your packaging. So wait, let me see. I'm trying to look at the photo.
It's actually right there on that picture. It's right next to me. There's white bags. But I changed it over to blue bags now. It's a different color now.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where are you outsourced? Where you're sourcing your tea from?
I have like 6 different wholesalers. Just because, you know, some are blended on Oahu. Then I got a local Hawaiian grown tea here from the Big Island. Then I have one company I work with from Germany, which really make really great blended teas. So it's got like, you know, there's not one wholesaler, like, where it's like everything is like how I like it, you know, like, so I just taste a bunch of different teas and just go, yeah, the different ones.
Yeah. Well, you do have a really great selection in there. And
it's just never enough. You know, that's a funny thing. It doesn't matter what you got. It's just like people always want more and more and different. It's like,
yeah. Well, you said your favorite tea is tea Kuan Yin, and guess what I'm drinking?
Oh, look at you.
So when you drink this tea, you need to have that special teapot. So I have to show you. Oh, that's I'm in my room.
Oh, look.
My little teapot. So my girlfriend gave this to me, and the tea Kuan Yin, you should just actually, somebody said, oh my God, that's the littlest teapot I've seen, but it's the perfect amount of tea for, it's the perfect cup of tea.
Perfect. There you go. I know I was meant to have tea here too, and then I got so rallied up because my pictures didn't upload, so I don't even have any tea.
Do you want to walk around your tea room?
Sure.
Yeah, and show us what your tea room looks like.
Let's see. Oh, okay, let's start. Okay, let's start here. This is like the wall when you come in. This is my tea wall with all the tins right there. I mean, there's just decoration, and I mean, this is where I store my teas. So right now, my chairs, it's different than when you came here. It's a little wild now, but this is my, you see it? That's my favorite chairs right there. Then this is my where I sell everything, my loose leaf tea, now in blue, yeah. This is actually funny. Oh yeah, wait, up there, my menus.
Love that.
Normally this is like the tea samples, can you see? Like, if I have more people drinking tea here. However, right now, it's just my rack for all the mask I'm sewing. It's being like used for that. Here is when we have the display. It's not lit right now, but for cakes. Pastry is unfortunately empty because we're after hours. Okay, this is gonna be funny because my husband is hanging out here in the back. So the thing is, we're doing some decoration. Joe, you wanna say hi?
I did. Hi.
Oh.
I win. Right.
So, but we're changing it. I don't know, Michelle, I don't know if you can see. You see the wall right there? We're having like all these mirrors on the wall now in blue. We are adding some, let's see, we have some benches. And we're gonna have some paddings in the back. So basically we're changing it up a little bit. I mean, that's what I always wanted to do, change it up, you know, like have like bench seats and a little bistro tables and stuff. And now we have finally time to do it, you know, it's just like, I've been meant to do that for like months and it's slowly, you know, slowly getting there. Yeah.
So what's the climate like? I mean, as far as, you know, the economic climate like in Kona right now?
You know, it's, I don't know, it's funny. It's like, I feel like this is just, everyone, of course, is like fed up over it, da 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 da. And I think right now it's just like no one knows where this is going, you know? Like everyone feels like this is the start of where it gets really bad, you know? Because everyone, like, people get their unemployment check, people still like have some money, but then no one knows what's happening from here, you know? The same with me. Like, I don't know if we're gonna be, it was so crazy in here the last months before, you know, and it went from like there to like there, you know. So where is it gonna be? Are we gonna come right back up, or is it gonna be really slow, you know, like to get there? So yeah, I have a bunch of people applying for jobs. So I think a lot of people are looking for jobs right now, you know, like.
Yeah, it's the same thing here on Oahu. I mean, if you can imagine, you know, Waikiki is just, you know, quiet. I mean, there's nobody there. And yeah, I mean, I'm just beginning to wonder right now. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be quite a few businesses that are not going to be able to survive because it's, you know, like especially the restaurants.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, the social distancing, like your place is pretty small. My place is pretty small. And, you know, I can have a few people here and there, but then is it really worth it to open up just for those few people that are going to be coming in? And so I'm still kind of weighing out what we're going to be doing. We did do takeout in the very beginning. And let me show you a picture of what our takeout looked like. That's what we did there. And we had these reusable bamboo boxes that were really cool that I actually had from a previous event that I had a few years ago, the last year, and they were perfect.
I know, so, they're beautiful.
Yeah, so everything went well, and it was great. And then the very next day, Ige says, you know, we're going to just shut everything down. All non-essential. So it was just kind of, okay, what do I do? My husband also has a couple of businesses. So he says, you know what, just close it. So we've been, you know, closed, and, you know, it was just with a heavy heart. I'm like, oh God, you know, the other restaurants are doing takeout and things like that. And we had it, actually was perfect because we had everything online.
Yeah.
They prepaid for everything. So they would just come, we would give them their boxes and off they went. So I think I'm going to do it. Oh, here's another one. I was thinking of doing this.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And that's, again, you know, our customers give us ideas, right?
Yeah.
And it was this one customer, and it's her daughter's birthday is coming up. And so I thought, oh, you know what? That would be really cute. I could do a cute little teddy bear and tea and package everything together, and they can purchase that. And, you know, um,
See,
we'll
it's
see
funny
how
what
that
comes
goes.
out of it. That's why I think it's funny if people think, you know, like, oh, what can I, you know, something in addition now, you know, like that. Eventually, you know, you can do that on the side too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Could do
I
that.
started doing a picnic box, you know, where you basically for two people, you know, with like olives and meats and cheeses and stuff, and then you can have baguette, and so you can take it home, have a picnic at the beach or at the home, you know. Oh yeah, there you go. Ha!
You had that when I was there.
Oh,
You,
that was the German breakfast, similar to it.
oh, okay, okay, okay. So this is a fantastic idea, you
Yeah.
know, and it's great. And are your parks open now?
Some of them. Some of them. I think some state parks, and yeah, like, but you know, not really to sit down, more to exercise. So I think most
Right.
people still have to take it home to their balcony and you know, like, take it there.
Yeah, that's us. Oh, here I do have pictures of your new tea, your new
Oh yeah.
bag. Yeah. So what is your what is your most popular selling tea? The one that people request the most?
You know, oh, mamaki lemon. I've got mamaki
Oh,
lemon blend. You know, like with rooibos and then lemongrass, lemon peel. That's definitely. What I realized too, you know, when I opened up and I was like, I don't know, you know, it's like the first kind of tea shop in Kona, right? I don't know what people want, what people like. Are they like really like the kind of tea connoisseur who comes in here and he wants his like first flush Darjeeling, or you know? And I realized that people come in here, it's like, oh, I have a headache, oh, I've got stomach ache, you know, like I thought I need to be a herbalist, you know, like I ended up getting way more like herbal teas, you know, like at first I only had a few blends and now I just ordered raspberry leaf because people always ask, pregnant women always ask me for raspberry leaves, you know, so I just added that fresh or like peppermint leaf, you know, just straight peppermint, just added that just because, yeah, I realized it's not the most people coming in here don't drink much tea yet, you know, even for like afternoon tea, whatever, you know, it's like very often the first experience, they don't even know, I don't even know what to do with loose leaf tea. How do you do this? You know, like, so it's more, that's my most clients, you know, and I'm stoked just to get them into tea, you know, try this one first, try the other one. It's easy, you know, like, and just change it up. So, yeah. So actually, yeah, mamaki lemon, and then I have a tropical green, which is like a green tea with peach, mango, coconut, you know, like anything. So that's a really fun green tea. So that's my two, you know, like easy drinking. Everyone likes it. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
The mamaki, is it from Molokai or is it Big Island?
I think Big Island.
Okay. So,
Yeah, and we have all straight mamaki as well, like straight from the farm mamaki as well for
yeah.
people.
Oh, that's right. Because there's a couple of tea farms up. Is it in a volcano?
Yep, around volcano area, yeah, Hilo, yeah. The climate there is better.
Yeah, the climate is perfect for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was there in December up in Volcano, and that's another one. I love Volcano.
I
I love
know.
staying up at the bed and breakfast is up there, and my girlfriend owns the Volcano Teapot. If you and
Oh,
your husband, her Antoinette, she's probably come and seen you.
yes, she did. She did. Yes, I think I remember her. Yeah.
If you go to her place, if you want a little respite, just and it's such a cute place.
I don't know if my husband can handle that. You know, like
Oh,
no, but I follow her on Instagram and it looks really cool. Like all the pictures are really nice. I love it.
yeah. And it's so clean. It's ugh. My husband was there. He was like, man, this is the cleanest place I've ever seen.
Awesome.
So, but okay. So what is that? What kind of, is that pudding back there?
So,
Was
oh, that's like from breakfast in the morning. The one on the right is chia oats coconut milk. It's vegan, gluten free, and the other one is just yogurt. And so basically, you get that gets granola, and both of them get like a fresh fruit on top as well. So it's kind of grab and go. And the chia, that's a really one of our best sellers too. People love that. It's just like really filling. So you can any time of the day we can do it. You know, just just want to grab and go. So, yeah.
And you're tiered, on the far left where your teacup is, and that one. Did you make those?
Yeah, my husband made them for me.
Okay. Yeah, I make those too. I drill, all my broken, crockery. Oh my gosh, So I transform them into little tea stands and stuff. But
I think we did that once, and that was it. Like, and we're like, okay, this is a lot of work.
yeah, you got to get it right, or else you will crack the cups and everything. So you're really creative too. I mean, you're sewing masks, and you also donated quite a few to the kokua for keiki.
Yeah, 75 by now we did. Well, it was one of my Saturdays, like I took off to spend with my child. Like I ended up sewing 50 masks.
I know that I was doing the same thing here. Those are mine.
It looks so cool.
And those went to Project Hawaii, which helps the homeless keiki.
Yeah, I've worked with them before too. Project
Hawaii. Oh, okay. Megan Patrick.
She's for Christmas, the presents and stuff.
Yeah, that's and then again, there's us two standing there. So, well, what else would you like people to know about your place, and when are you gonna, or what are your plans?
Well, plan is I still to go, right now is to go, and we're just waiting to hear, what's happening and when we can go back open for a sit down. And we're just gonna go with the flow, But I kind of we just have less staff. It's just two of us in here, and it's mellow. It's not bad, We do like half the sales than we used to do before, but I also have less labor. So, I'm trying to enjoy the moment when it's not so stressful, because there was a time before where, like the months before, I come in from like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just bake, and I never have time to drink coffee. And now I just sit down in the morning, like drink a coffee. I'm like, okay, it's not so bad, So I'm just trying to enjoy the little things in it. But yeah, once we're back open, whoever wants to come and hang out, enjoy. There's no Wi-Fi, so that's always my thing, like people who hoping to have like that kind of coffee shop. Yeah, I do have espresso too, just by the way, if anyone wants coffee. But yeah, it's not the kind of coffee shop you go and just hang out for the free Wi-Fi. It's more a place, to meet with your friend and catch up over a cup of tea. That's
right.
That's what
you have some very delicious food, which you definitely do have. And my girlfriends, we had fun there too. Yeah, my one girlfriend, she just moved to Virginia, so I miss her. And then my other girlfriend, Hildegard Miyashiro. So, yeah, she lives on Kauai.
Japanese, yeah.
Hawaii. Her husband is, she's, all local mixed, everything in there. I get some Japanese and Chinese, get German, and so she has German ancestry because of Hildegard. Which I have German ancestry as well. My father is French German. So, yeah. But, well, we're coming upon that time, and so I put some information on there so people can follow you and like you on Facebook.
Thank you.
And phone number, visit there. And if you're in Kona, stop by her place. It's the cutest place. What street are you on?
Luna Pule. It's like I don't know, like pretty close to city center, right? I always say right next to Jackie Ray's. Most people know Jackie Ray's restaurant, and it's like just the way down to the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed chatting with you today, and I definitely look forward to coming in again when I'm back in Kona, and we can fly and do normal things, and come and have some tea with you and enjoy your delicious food. And I really wish you, continued success in what you're doing. You have a really cute business model. The place is adorable. your food is fantastic. And, so I do wish you the best, and that you, that we get to see each other soon.
Well, I hope to see you on Oahu.
Yes.
Be the
Yeah.
goal, I know.
Yeah. But when I do end the meeting, it's a very strange thing with Zoom. It's just going to black out. So you and I are going to have to say goodbye now. And we'll say goodbye to everyone that's watching. And thank you for taking the time out to chat with me today. And thank you, everyone, for taking the time out for watching us. And look forward to seeing you again soon. All right. Aloha.
Bye.
Bye-bye.